Papaya rules makes a return as McLaren is set to secure the championship, the GOAT debate is over, and Alpine is already regretting its decision to removing Ocon early. Do consider subbing to the channel. Let's get into the latest F1 news. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri are set to line up side by side for the start of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. As McLaren gears up to battle for the Constructors' Championship for F1 2024, fans are left wondering if we will see the reintroduction of the team's so-called papaya rules. During the early part of the season, McLaren caught many off guard with their unexpected pace. Norris himself mentioned that the team didn't expect to be contenders for the championship until at least 2025. However, everything shifted following a major upgrade during the Miami race, propelling them into the mix. This surprising performance raised crucial questions. How should McLaren manage its driver dynamics? Should they prioritize one driver over the other, stay focused on team results, or simply let the race unfold naturally? To address these challenges, McLaren introduced the Papaya Rules, a set of guidelines emphasizing teamwork and clean racing. Zak Brown, the racing CEO, explained that the essence of these rules is straightforward: race hard, race clean, and remember your teammates. Interestingly, while these rules set a framework for fair competition, they don't completely eliminate the possibility of team orders, especially now that the World Drivers' Championship is settled. Both Brown and team principal Andrea Stella have indicated that while the driving ethos remains strong, there will still be some boundaries in place during the Abu Dhabi GP. Stella underscored the importance of a team-first mentality, acknowledging that both drivers are inherently competitive, having carried a winning mindset since their early karting days. Yet, he believes they can compartmentalize their ambitions for the benefit of the team. Stella remarked on the ongoing dialogue within McLaren regarding the balance between individual aspirations and team goals. He highlighted how beneficial these conversations have been, with drivers quickly grasping that the team's success ultimately outweighs personal accolades. This will be the same conversation tomorrow, he affirmed, ensuring that both Norris and Piastri remain aligned on their objectives. As for the race itself, Stella expressed confidence that both drivers are well prepared to navigate the launch, the first corner, and the opening lap strategically. While he refrained from dictating exact strategies, he emphasized that it is vital to instill a clear goal in their instincts, bringing the championship home. With the stage set for a thrilling Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, all eyes will be on how Norris and Piastri race against each other while embodying McLaren's spirit of teamwork and competitiveness. Let's see how they apply the Papaya rules in what promises to be an exciting showdown. As we dive deeper into the McLaren team dynamics, we hear from Andrea Stella, who emphasizes the significance of securing the World Constructors' Championship. He states, "So let's do this step, and then we will think about the other championship for which we need to provide our drivers a faster car." This sets a focused tone for the team as they prepare for race day. Zak Brown, McLaren's CEO, also shares his optimism. Despite some humorous comments about losing sleep, he acknowledges the team is laser-focused on the upcoming race. They've spent the weekend honing in on the car's balance and race pace, gearing up to make a strong impression. "We'll come with some rules overnight, but drivers obviously know exactly what's going on," Brown mentions, suggesting confidence in his driver's understanding of the race's demands. There's a palpable sense of determination as Brown believes unpredictability, like safety cars, can keep the competition alive. "I think that would be naive to rule anybody out," he adds, demonstrating a keen awareness of the factors at play in a race. Attacking the race with the same fervor shown every weekend, Brown maintains that winning the WCC would mean everything to the entire McLaren team. "Hats off to all of them, and hopefully we'll be celebrating tomorrow night," he says, radiating an air of camaraderie and belief in their journey. Should McLaren bring home the championship, it would mark a historic moment, the team's first title in 26 years. Brown is candid when asked what he values most about possibly winning. "What's most important to us is we want the trophy," he states emphatically. While financial bonuses are essential, the trophy would hold immeasurable significance for the team and its legacy. As the F1 2024 season progresses, fans await the outcome, knowing the excitement lies not only in the race ahead, but the potential history that could be made. With everything on the line, all eyes will be glued to McLaren as they strive for victory and a coveted place in the history books. What a thrilling time it is to be a part of this racing saga. Nico Rosberg has raised questions about Max Verstappen's claims of innocence regarding his recent comments in the wake of a heated feud with George Russell. During an incident at the Qatar Grand Prix, Verstappen outright denied any intention of crashing into Russell deliberately. However, Rosberg, a seasoned Sky F1 pundit and the 2016 world champion, seems skeptical about Verstappen's explanation. To back his doubts, Rosberg took a trip down memory lane to the 2018 Canadian Grand Prix. At that time, Verstappen had warned the media that he might headbutt someone if they continued to press him on his on-track errors. This earlier remark casts a shadow of doubt over Verstappen's current reassurances. Verstappen's tumultuous relationship with Russell hit a boiling point during a notorious encounter in the stewards' room after their qualifying clash in Qatar. Verstappen was penalized for driving slowly, which ultimately cost him his pole position. In an interesting twist, Russell claimed that during the stewards' meeting, Verstappen threatened to intentionally crash into him, stating he would put me on my fucking head in the wall. While Verstappen firmly denied these threats, the overall tension between the two drivers has been escalating. Rosberg commented on this rivalry, noting that the situation is so intense that all that's missing is that they get the fists out. Such rivalries make for thrilling viewing, but Rosberg admitted the internal stress can be overwhelming for those involved, affecting the entire team, their bosses, and even their families. On one hand, you have Verstappen, who Rosberg describes as a street fighter with a king-like attitude, believing he's somewhat above the law. On the other side is Russell, whom Rosberg humorously remarked could use a reminder to act more like a child who needs to play with a few toys again. This rivalry appears to be a 50-50 split, with both drivers playing their parts in this captivating drama on the track. As the F1 world watches this intriguing feud unfold, it remains to be seen how these tensions might affect their performances going forward, and if any further confrontations loom on the horizon. Stay tuned as we continue to track this engaging story in the world of motorsport. The rivalry between Max Verstappen and George Russell has certainly sparked heated debates, especially following some fresh comments from both drivers. Recently, Verstappen downplayed their feud, but that's not stopping Russell from launching into fierce verbal attacks. In a tense moment during the Abu Dhabi GP, he didn't pull any punches, emphasizing the growing gulf between them. Adding to the drama, Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko has demanded that Russell stick to the truth regarding Verstappen's statements. It's evident that tensions are high, and the words exchanged between them are anything but friendly. With recent broadcasts highlighting Verstappen's past explosive comments like threatening to headbutt journalists, many are left questioning the sincerity of their recent attempts at peace. As the current world champion, Verstappen has, unsurprisingly, secured his position at the top with his fourth consecutive world championship title in F1. This impressive feat aligns him with the legendary Sebastian Vettel, who achieved a similar streak. However, such accolades haven't quelled the fire of rivalry on track. While the championship season is winding down, many fans are eager to see how this ongoing feud plays out in the future, with both drivers likely feeling pressure to perform. As F1 heads into a brief interlude, it might just be the perfect time for both Verstappen and Russell to reassess their strategies and perhaps mend some fences. Meanwhile, as we delve into the latest race data, there's also the spotlight shining on drivers like Nico Hülkenberg. Despite facing grid penalties, he's determined to help Haas overcome challenges posed by Alpine and push for a solid finish. The dynamics of the grid are continuously shifting, and every race weekend brings new surprises. Stay tuned as we keep you updated on this captivating world of Formula One. The competitive spirit, intense rivalries, and unexpected plot twists are what make this sport truly exhilarating. In the world of Formula One, few names resonate as powerfully as Lewis Hamilton. The legendary driver is on the cusp of what many are calling a significant career transition as he prepares for his final race with Mercedes at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Over his illustrious career, Hamilton has clinched 6 of his 7 world championships and boasts an impressive 84 race victories out of 105 starts with the team that has been his home for so long. But starting in 2025, Hamilton will don the iconic red of Ferrari, marking a new chapter in his already storied career. This season, however, has not been without its challenges. Hamilton has faced intense competition from his teammate George Russell, often being outperformed in qualifying. Despite the struggles, he still managed to secure victory at 2 notable races, Silverstone and Spa. Reflecting on Hamilton's legacy, former F1 driver David Coulthard has expressed his belief that Lewis is the greatest of all time and insists that anyone who disputes this view is delusional. Coulthard's assertion is backed by data, emphasizing Hamilton's unparalleled impact on the sport. While both Hamilton and Michael Schumacher share the record for 7 world championships, Coulthard argues that adding more titles won't significantly elevate Hamilton's legacy further. Instead, he points to the profound influence Hamilton has had on Formula One, stating, "In a data-driven business, the data supports him being the greatest Formula One driver in the history of the sport." As the F1 2024 season comes to a close, all eyes are on the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, where Hamilton has historically performed well, winning 5 times. However, following a disappointing finish in Qatar, expectations are tempered. Coulthard noted that Hamilton's demeanor this year has appeared uncomfortable, leading many to question if he is at his peak form. He admits, "Lewis has looked and sounded uncomfortable this year." This can be striking, especially since he has been out-qualified consistently by Russell. Yet Coulthard highlights that Hamilton's legacy remains untarnished. Lewis's legacy as a Grand Prix driver, as a winning machine, as a world champion, is one you dream about for your son or daughter. He would make any parent proud. Beyond victories and championships, Hamilton's influence stretches further than just the numbers in the record books. Coulthard acknowledges Hamilton's role in advocating for diversity and inclusion within the sport. "He's not just a driver, he's a role model," he states, underscoring the clean and fair manner in which Hamilton has conducted himself throughout his career. In comparison, he draws respect for legends like Michael Schumacher and Ayrton Senna, who he notes had their fair share of controversies. Ultimately, Lewis Hamilton's contributions to Formula One and his remarkable legacy continue to inspire fans around the world, making a compelling case for his title as the greatest of all time. As the curtain falls on the 2024 season and Hamilton embarks on his journey with Ferrari, fans eagerly await what the future holds for this iconic driver. One unforgettable moment in Formula One history unfolded 3 years ago in Abu Dhabi when Lewis Hamilton faced a dramatic turn of fate. He was just 1 lap away from an unprecedented 8th driver's title when a safety car incident shifted the landscape of the race. Race director Michael Massey's controversial decision to restart the race meant Hamilton, who had led throughout, found himself overtaken by Max Verstappen, who opted for fresh tires while Hamilton did not. The frustration was palpable, and Hamilton later expressed feeling robbed by the outcome. Yet, in a display of true sportsmanship, he managed to shake hands with Verstappen before seeking solace in the embrace of his father, Anthony. Former F1 driver David Coulthard, who competed for Williams, McLaren, and Red Bull, was not shocked by Hamilton's reaction. In his experience, the nature of the sport often requires its athletes to navigate through losses. "You lose more than you win," he noted, emphasizing how younger athletes tend to have vivid memories of disappointments. For Hamilton, moments like these can linger, recalling his years in karting where similar setbacks shaped him. Coulthard pointed out an important insight. As athletes age and encounter various disappointments, they generally become more adept at moving on. He reflected on the moment Hamilton shared with his father, illustrating that despite the high stakes of the championship, to a young boy, every race is monumental. Each of Hamilton's disappointments, as he processed them, contributed to his growth as a driver, reinforcing his resolve. As Hamilton transitions into a new chapter with Ferrari, fans reminisce about his remarkable career filled with jaw-dropping moments. While some may still recall the heartbreaking finish in Abu Dhabi, many others celebrate the highs he achieved along the way. With the next season approaching, anticipation builds around Hamilton's performance in his new team and how he'll continue to influence the sport. The journey of a champion is never truly over. It merely evolves, reminding us that every end is just a segue into something new. The excitement is palpable as we gear up for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, where rookie Jack Doohan is stepping into the spotlight. He's taking the wheel for Alpine in what promises to be a pivotal moment, not just for his career, but also for the team's championship standing. With Alpine aiming to secure 6th place in the Constructors' Championship, Doohan finds himself in a pressure cooker, stepping in for Esteban Ocon in this crucial race. It's a challenging debut, and expectations are high, especially as Alpine holds only a narrow 5-point lead over rival Haas, who are eager to claw their way up the standings. Despite the advantages an experienced duo might bring, Ocon's move to Haas left the rookie in this high-stakes situation. Rumors swirled about Ocon's commitment, but within the team, there's a strong sense of unity and determination to outshine their competitors, including VCarb, who are sitting 8 points behind. However, the qualifying session didn't quite unfold as Doohan had hoped. Unfortunately, he was knocked out in Q1, finishing in 20th place while his teammate, Pierre Gasly, secured a strong 6th position. This stark contrast leaves Doohan with a steep hill to climb when the race day arrives. Reflecting on his qualification performance, Doohan was candid about the struggles he faced. Traffic during his final run proved to be a critical issue. The first run was solid, and I felt optimistic about making progress with the car's balance, he shared. But things shifted on the second go when he hit complications right after exiting the pit lane. The pressures of race day-like tire temperatures and timing became problematic as he strived to make up lost ground. A big backup at Sector 3 didn't help, he admitted, describing how managing the gap to other drivers became an additional headache. Doohan was racing against the clock, trying to adapt while the cars around him were moving at full throttle, and he found his car's performance compromised by the lack of tire temperature. That makes it challenging, he noted, illustrating the complex dynamics that every driver must navigate in the heat of competition. Ultimately, Doohan expressed disappointment with the outcome, but acknowledged this experience would serve as a learning curve for his future races. As we look forward to the race, all eyes will undoubtedly be on Jack Doohan. His resilience in the face of adversity, coupled with his ambition to help Alpine secure points, showcases the spirit that drives F1. The stage is set for an exciting showdown, and fans are eager to see how Doohan maneuvers through this experience. Despite putting on a brave face for the media, Jack Doohan shared that he is grappling with his emotions. "I'm not happy at all, but I need to look at the positives," he acknowledged candidly. Facing a steep learning curve, Doohan emphasized his focus is squarely on what lies ahead. "I'm just looking forward to the race now and making sure that I can put myself in the best position possible to assist the team." With the pressures mounting, Doohan remained composed. He assured fans that he didn't feel overwhelmed, instead highlighting his commitment to the championship position push. "When I'm back with the team, I'll analyze how we can position myself to try and support Pierre," he stated, showing his dedication to teamwork. Pierre Gasly, currently navigating a challenging race strategy for the Haas team, praised Doohan's efforts since stepping in for Esteban Ocon. "Honestly, I think he's been doing well," Gasly expressed, referring to Doohan's remarkable adaptability. However, Gasly pointed out that Doohan faced some struggles with traffic that impacted his performance in Q1. Yet in the midst of these challenges, Gasly lauded Doohan's resilience. "To jump into the last weekend trying to get a feel for the car and get it right, I think it was actually a pretty strong job," he remarked, showing support for his teammate. Gasly acknowledged that the ultimate aim for Doohan is to gather as much experience as possible for the upcoming season, reinforcing the belief that he is on the right track. Shift gears to the grid, and let's focus on Nico Hülkenberg, who's striving to overcome a grid penalty in hopes of helping Haas clinch P6 against Alpine. Can he manage this feat? The stakes are high, and fans will certainly be keeping a close eye on the dynamic events unfolding. As we transition to the topic of Yuki Tsunoda, there's a buzz about the young driver potentially earning a spot alongside Max Verstappen at Red Bull. Pierre Gasly believes Tsunoda has earned this opportunity, but will the stars align for him? In the rapidly evolving world of Formula One, we'll continue to follow these developments closely, keeping you updated on the latest shifts in team dynamics and race performances, ensuring you're always in the loop. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.